understand. The problem with shoulder pads is that if you are an individual with a certain type of build, it just accentuates everything on top, and you look like one of those like Macy's parade float things where it's, or you look like one of the extra ghosts in Beetlejuice that's just walking around and it's all big on top and these tiny little legs. So no, shoulder pads are not cool.
What? But parachute pants are?
The only redeeming part about parachute pants is they are incredibly comfy when you're going to stay the hell home.
Stay of what?
Home?
Stay the hell home.
Oh, okay.
That's a direct quote from my grandmother. Stay the hell home.
I thought basically for men, the whole idea was to strangle your reproductive organs so that they still function, but nothing reproductive was going to happen. Because they were tight.
Parachute pants?
Parachute pants. Isn't that what they call them?
I don't think you know what parachute pants are.
That's not the structure of parachute pants.
What
like
were the
MC
black
Hammer.
things? What were the? No, okay,
No,
I'm
it's
talking way before that. I guess I'm not today.
Isn't it the ones that are like clamped down around the ankles and poofed out all the way up the leg?
Yes.
Okay, we're talking about two different
there
things.
is absolutely nothing restrictive. You could be smuggling small animals and no one would know.
What were the stoners wearing in like early 80s?
Orange and white love.
Like skinny
Was it just
jeans?
leather?
Oh,
Was it just leather? Was it just leather jeans?
Yeah. It's not leather jeans. How do you have leather jeans?
I don't know. Rowdy says Via's red high heels, Terry is Crocs, but Paul took barefoot at the next level. Yeah, pretty much.
Welcome to DRS.
Paul never wears pants.
Nate asks, you ever try to jump over a campfire with parachute pants on? Don't. Yeah, I would say don't is probably the best
There's a story there.
the best advice there.
People have set their pants on fire trying to jump over, these things. So don't do
These
it.
things,
Just don't
everything
do it.
else.
Yeah, don't do it.
We're talking about how the 80s is about to invade our lives, folks. In ways that are just hideous and horrible.
There are worse things.
There are worse things, like when the 90s takes over when we're in our 70s.
So imagine the assisted living and all that you hear
Exactly.
all that you hear is like Pearl Jam.
I want to be in the assisted living where it's nothing but grunge.
That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
Yep. Or no. I want or the assisted living where all I get is like Tracy Chapman and Indigo Girls. The angry old lady. Oh, that's gonna be great.
I'll hang out with the metal.
No one's gonna have any F's to give. It's gonna be fantastic.
Oh my god. I can just
Can you imagine?
I could see
Poor
you as Betty
staffers.
White in the future. This is gonna be awesome.
Betty White?
Now.
Excuse me.
Of the future, I
Here is
said.
Betty White. It's Terry.
I could be Betty White.
Okay. Picture.
Well,
it.
there is something to say for that. That's totally different. We have always talked about your, what you would look like as a female, so maybe time to wear that dress, buddy.
If you want to go that route, we can start talking about what you would look like as a female, but I don't think you'd like the comparison of how me versus you as women would come out.
I don't think the comparison is really what anything that the world needs. That's just what I'm saying right there. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Howdy, folks, and welcome.
Folks in the chat, I think you need to go ahead and give us your opinion of me versus Paul as women. Just go right ahead. If you really want to toss in V as a man, I mean, I suppose you can, but that's not really where we're going.
No shaving.
Well, now here's the funny thing. You don't need to because my oldest looks dead on like me. So I already know what I'd look like. And I look like a lumberjack, essentially.
Are you okay?
Oh.
Sleep all night and work all day.
Can I actually introduce the show now, or are you going to run over me?
No!
Howdy, folks, and welcome to another episode of the Dead Robot Society. I'm Ali Gooley. Joining me today, we're going to Jerry Terry mix it. We're so glad you're here. V, what the hell's going on with you, and what's wrong with you? Terry is more of a Betty Crocker.
Wow. Wow. Well,
Probably looked like something like Ursula from Disney.
I think they're talking about Paul.
I think they're talking about you.
that's not necessarily a dig. That's kind of a compliment. But okay.
Matt says, I always seem to join at the worst time. I come into the show about going trans. You do you, but my timing is so not what I expected.
Not quite
It wasn't
that
trans, it's drag. There's a totally different thing.
Oh yeah, very, very different. Totally different. The Venn diagram.
I'm not talking cutting any body parts off here or adding body parts if necessary. I'm just talking about dressing as.
You're not
this is
changing your
definitely
identity.
drag.
You're just you're not changing your identity. You're just dragging. Totally different thing.
Right.
Look at Paul's preparatory comb over. He'd be great as elderly Zoe Chanel. Ooh. Ooh. That's not a comb over, Bubba. That's not a comb over.
You know, you're gonna have to think
Wow.
you're gonna have to think your hair choice is over now, buddy.
Nah, probably not. I only know how to get one haircut. Dress as dragons. Tim, that's a lot more difficult.
It's kind of scaly.
Even more satisfying.
I'm not even going to go there. Matt says, one of the best nights I ever worked, I was writing sound for a drag queen showcase.
I do not doubt it.
I see it. I totally see it.
Oh,
I
girl.
totally see it. Oh, my God. V, what have you been up to?
Oh, let's see. Working. Prepping scripts. It was a week of like appointments. You know, like all of your yearly checkup things. They just all like I put them all into 1 week, and I regret that.
Midweek.
I do those like
Yes.
every 5
It's
years.
like Shark Week, but totally different.
I'm definitely going to die
There's a
before
joke
you
there.
two.
It's the wrong audience.
Is this an after dark joke? Oh no.
Not yet. Not
No,
yet, but
no, not
you know,
quite. But
it's closing
but
in on it.
yeah. So no, just so eye appointments, contact lenses got to change, which is yay, great. Aw, red dragon.
Tim says
I
Paul
like
and
that.
Terry are both silver dragons. V is, of course, a red dragon.
So yeah, let's see. Yeah, checkups, yearly screenings, woohoo, and I started a year-long voice class, which should be interesting because I don't have any like formal acting training, which a norm.
I personally thought he said linoleum, and I was like trying to figure out how that worked. I was like, "What? You want to be linoleum? Really?"
It's a very smooth dragon, no scales, just more vinyl.
Oh, God, you just conjured the 70s into my mind, and I can't get it out now. You fucker. Ugh.
Ah,
Everything went yellow and green for a minute.
Lord,
Ugh.
yeah. The So let's see. Oh,
Aw.
thank you. Yes, I can fake the accent with practice. So I starting a voice class because I don't have any acting training, but I'm like, okay, I need to work on technique. So it's a year-long class in what's called what is like a Norse dog drag.
Okay.
Is that like the never-ending story, like Falcor?
Half
Falcor.
eel, half dog, half dragon. Lenore.
It does kind of sound like that, yeah.
Sounds like a luck dragon. So yeah, that'll be interesting because Terry has been in renovation hell so long that everything is a construction project.
It could be true. I just on Facebook yesterday or the day before, it gave me the 1 year memory of the guys coming in to start demo. So it has literally been 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, other than that, haven't gotten back to writing in terms of getting stuff together, and I need to do that. But hopefully things are going to calm down at some point. So Terry, what's up?
Well, let's see. I've got a rambunctious boy upstairs because he's been too rambunctious with the girls downstairs. So if you look over here, you can see Harley
like
sitting in the crate there. I let him out.
Super rambunctious.
I let him out this morning, and within the space of 60 seconds, he had tried to wrestle 4 different male cats. Pounce, 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 pounce. He got very overexcited. So back in the crate he went. And behind me, I've got, oh, that was a nice yawn. I've got a scaredy cat boy who's like hiding behind me so he doesn't get pounced by anybody else. My water heater is going out, so it needs to be replaced. So luckily it's in the garage and easy to get to. It'll probably be all of an hour to make it happen.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, I've done it before with the assistance of a coworker friend back when I was at NASA, and it was very easy to go ahead and make that happen. Everything is right there. Easy peasy. So I'll have to just buy a new one. $750 for a new water heater though. Ouch.
Ouch.
Well.
I see one in my future too, Bubba. Don't.
And yours is in your attic. I don't envy you having to try to figure out how to get that sumbitch out.
That's somebody else's problem. It's the person I give money to. That's their
go
problem.
Up into the attic and you go, huh, look at there. 14 old water heaters just sitting over in the corner of the attic. How did that happen?
Well, we just keep putting them up there thinking the last one, maybe just in a pinch, it'll last 8 to 10 minutes in case the apocalypse comes.
Yeah, could be. Let's see, what else is going on? Writing is going well. I'm still on schedule to hit my deadline. I don't have a whole lot of, spare time to make that happen, but even running 1 chapter a day, I'm still going to make it. I decided to stop trying to keep track of what I was writing for the year because keeping track of word counts was making me feel, bad, even though I was doing okay. Tracking words is not for me. It's just not the case. I just need to hit my deadlines and accept that that's the way that it's going to be. I don't need that extra stress in my life.
Fair enough.
What else was there? Is there anything else going on? I don't know that there's anything else going on. It feels like there was something else I was going to mention, but I can't remember what it was.
Well, we're waiting.
When it finally shows its head back up, I'll go ahead and mention it again.
No, what he means is to interrupt whoever's talking.
That's true. Before I forget about it again, maybe I'll grab a notepad and write it down here so that I can try to remember what it looks like.
God. Let's see. What have I been doing? It was a quiet week for the most part. I had one doctor's appointment I had to take.
Doctor's appointment.
My parents too. Yeah, doctor's appointment. They're always so much fun. But apart from that, I got left alone. I guess I'm almost 50,000 words into reading of Extinction, which means I'm almost a third of the way. Almost. So I'm kicking out a chapter or 2 a day for the most part. I got to get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. I need to be doing 2 or 3. So we'll be working on that this week, assuming my voice cooperates, as always. Haven't written a word.
Awkward.
Been thinking. I outlined, I need to outline the second third of the next Soul and Beyond novel. So I have 2 more, I have two thirds left, I think, to outline there. I've got the beats. I'll get yelled at, but it'll be okay. Apart from that,
he's got the beats.
I knew you were going to do that. The moment I said it, I was like, I should not have said that. Because he's going to go.
Yep.
Let's see. Apart from that, just getting ready for the onslaught of trying to get everything out. Oceania still isn't published yet because I've been running around. The Black is now wide. That was the big news. So the first 4 books of the Black series are wide and wide distribution. They're also in wide distribution and audio, if I remember correctly. I put Evolution in audio. So that's happened. So as soon as I get Oceania, I'm going to give it 3 months on Amazon and then kick it out wide.
It'll be interesting to see how that works for you.
It won't.
Maybe
It won't.
yes, maybe no. I'm not going to say no. Maybe it will work out. Some people do very well wide.
It's
I'm not
really
gonna say
funny
it won't.
though. I still make more money on audiobooks than I ever have on ebooks. I just sell a lot more audiobooks.
Then I
know
guess
why.
you don't have a lot, very far to fall. Then on the ebook sales, the
No,
only
that's-
way is up.
Yeah, pretty much. If thinking counted, I'd be a best-selling author of dozens of titles. Just keep writing. Dozens of titles. Just keep writing. Hello, how are you? The black is spreading.
That's called gangrene.
Yeah, that too. Which Lovecraftian servitor race would fit each robot? One of you has got to pick the Shoggoth.
I'm not that familiar with. I've forgotten all of the various Lovecraftian races, so it's been a very long time. I'm afraid that I could not answer that question because I can't remember.
Shoggoth are just, they are servitors. They make pretty good servitors. They're kind of terrifying. They're just dumb, though. They're not very bright.
If there's a cat Shoggoth, maybe I'm in with that one.
A cat Shoggoth.
There's a cartoon that goes around with a Shoggoth coming up and a cat, giving it the what for. So I'm the cat race, whatever that is. I'll have to see if I can find it so I can post it into live.
Well, that would be good.
Because it's pretty good stuff.
That would be good.
I did figure out what I was missing, though. Medical stuff, doctor's appointments reminded me of that. My wife, in mid-March, is going to have her right knee replaced.
Ugh.
So starting the process of getting her knees replaced so that she can get the pain level down and get her mobility back. She's going to have to go through a lot of pain during the recovery process and the physical therapy, but this is something that she is aware of. And she said, according to her, quote, "I'll work it like a hooker," end quote.
I mean, excellent strategy.
I got nothing.
She said that, and I immediately went, perks up. Because what else is a guy supposed to say?
Well, give her my best, man. I knew it was coming sooner or later.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it just is time now.
Hopefully it will help her hips realign themselves. The surgeon was like, we'll see, which I interpreted as he doesn't think so. He doesn't think it's going to make a difference. We shall see.
I don't know. From the folks I know who have either had replacements done or who have just had better physical therapy on their knees, it's almost impossible for it to not make a difference because connection and mobility. So
we will absolutely hope that ends up being the case here. And it is actually so very Donna. It's so very Donna. It's true. And I forgot, writing wise, the story that I'm doing, the Traveler serial, I'm only 4 chapters away on my Patreon from having the first novel done.
Excellent.
Only a few more chapters and that story will have wrapped a novel's worth.
Do you feel like you're cheating on your other series?
I don't, because I'm still meeting my deadlines.
Exactly.
Are you talking about the other series in my own that I could be writing?
No, I meant your money series.
No, they're getting their time.
I was also.
I wish that I could spend time doing something with the Imperial Marines, but until I get my audio rights back, I can't.
When does that
I know
happen?
the feeling.
I'll have to look, but I think it's a couple of years still. I think it's probably 2 years. I can't see it being 3. I'll have to look because it's 7 years from when
The book was published, or the audio was published.
The audio book was done, and I guess I can look that up. But it may be 7 years from when the third one was done. I'd have to see how the contract is actually written.
That's cool.
So let's see.
Uh-oh, he's looking something
I am
up.
looking it up here.
Of course he is.
This is dangerous whenever he starts looking up.
Research is dangerous.
For him, yes. For us,
It
too.
looks like It was the release date for the first one was in 2020. It was actually December of 20. So December of 27 is when. So it's a couple of years out still.
Yeah, just make plans.
If I look at the other two, the last one was in 22, mid 22. Is that right? That doesn't look right.
That doesn't seem right. That seems a bit.
Well,
maybe you just need to check your actual contract.
It seems weird because I don't remember it being so long between there. But in any case, even if it is, I have to give them notice within a year of it. So I may be sending them a December of this year. Well, is that right? Yeah, December of this year would be a year in advance. So I'm looking at probably sending them a note in January going, here's your 1 year notice for book one.
Yep.
And seeing what they say.
That's the way to do it.
So it's not so far away, but there you are. I can start writing and publishing it again in that series, which is the only other one other than the one that Mark likes.
Humanity
Unlimited that I could be doing. So I don't feel bad. You know, I've got things that I could do, but it's what's happening.
Understood. I completely understand. Mm-hmm. What are you wearing, Big Sexy? What are you wearing? Talking to you, Terry. Looking at you, man.
Dear.
What you wearing?
My.
Nope. Critical one.
Critical fail.
What are you wearing on your shoes? What are you wearing for shoes? You got any footwear?
Socks.
Socks. And they're nasty. They look like they've been on the carpet. They're terrible.
Going on a floor with cats. You know, when you got cats,
That's
is no such thing as a clean
There's probably
floor.
hair clumped on there and dander, and God forbid you step on a cat bomb, if you know what I mean.
Oof. I don't step on cat bombs. I step on cat yak, though.
Cat yak. There you go. Cat yak.
Well,
what you gonna do, boy? What you gonna do? Oh, choo, bite. Wait, what? He says, I will play this biting game. I like it.
Terry is currently teasing a cat, listeners. I ask these questions because is it really important?
Is it really important? I should probably change that from Crocs to socks, but
Crocs to socks.
I am not wearing red high heels. I am wearing socks.
I'm barefoot.
No. Although I will say I have the the nice grippy socks that they give you when you go in for outpatient surgery.
Yeah, they'll skid.
Oh, those, yeah.
Those are the best. Oh.
I must have like half a dozen of pairs of those lurking around somewhere.
No, I have a handful, but yeah, they're the absolute best.
That cat is Mr. Thomas.
But
you asked, so it's Mr. Thomas.
So basically what we can learn is we can learn from Vish what she's wearing. Maybe that's a kind of normal casual wear. You figure out that maybe she's rather fastidious. You may not know that she has any cats, and you know she's been at the hospital at some point.
Are you sure that fastidious is the word you would use for
that's not fastidious. It's comfy. It's
comfy. Well, yes, but but it sounds like you don't have fur matted to them and everything else and yada yada.
Well, no, because I just put them on before the show.
And see, that would tell us something.
Would they be in danger of having cat stuff all over them if you wandered through the house a few times?
Probably.
They'd be in danger of like cat hair.
See?
But and maybe a tiny bit of dust. But
in my office, it's cat litter everywhere because the cat litter box is not a robot inside the crate. So Mr. Harley is a kicker, and so there's cat litter everywhere.
Ew.
But my point is it really important what you're wearing?
Yes. I think in some
when you're out and about.
In some cases, depending upon the genre that you're writing, describing it can sometimes be even more effective to describe what someone is wearing, to give the reader a sense of who that character is.
Right.
Matt, always not, well, 9 times out of 10, I put on a face of makeup and dry my hair and try to look presentable, because there are sadly double standards on the internet.
As you said in pre-chat, you're right. There are.
Sadly. That, and I've shown up and not worn makeup, and I get the, "Are you okay? Are you tired?" No, I'm just really pale.
Just human.
Yeah.
In the first 100 pages of Bret Easton Ellis's American Psycho, I don't know how many labels, how many sizes, how many brands, how many everything, how many descriptions of clothes and jewelry and accoutrements. They're so intensive, and they're all told in such a way through the first person narrator that you know exactly what he has disdain for and what he doesn't have disdain for.
Yeah.
It also tells you who he's going to kill to a certain degree. And yes, that was intentional, very intentional, for him to do that. That was kind of the point of building that character, was how just off his rocker he was, but also it kind of summed up a certain sector of 80s males, if you will, in certain areas of finance. So not really a problem. I almost quit reading the book because of that.
Because there was too much description?
It was just too much description. It drove me absolutely batshit nuts. I knew what he was trying to get to, but it slowed the book down so badly because I did not know what these things were and did not have the contextual touchstone. I'm sure somebody who was much less frumpy than I am, better fashion sense, and actually has a fashion sense, I'm sure they would know some of these things, and they would have been okay to probably process all that information. For me, it was just blah, blah, blah. But I understood the point. The point got across all too well. That works for that book. If I'm writing about Space Marines, if I describe one suit, aren't all the other suits going to look about the same?
Yes. However, it's going to say something about either the point of view character, if they observe something that's different, or if you're just doing your standard omniscient, third person, if you point out something on a suit that is out of the ordinary.
Right.
So it goes both ways. Maybe you only describe the scuff marks on, the right side of the body because it's worth mentioning, or the fact that there's a dent, right, in the cheek area of the mask, or that certain suits are shinier than others and newer and not as broken in.
Yep. You can always tell the newbie by by the suit they're wearing. If it's fresh pressed, fit form, and looks like $1 million, yeah, they just got out of their meat. Matt says, I really enjoyed American Psycho. The intermediate bits that just went on about, well, totally irrelevant stuff, but almost showed more of who he was than any actual description. Yes, and that was the point. It really showed just how, he's really banal. He really had just no personality, really, in a lot of ways, besides being vicious. What an asshole. James says, I'm going to say that space military, I assume he's talking about military, space marines and shit, spend just as long on weapons, guns, and armor.
True.
Most of them aren't going to be focused on, how they look, though. I mean, really, come on.
Yeah, but it's the same old
character.
Yeah, it's a space opera, a fantasy problem where they go off on armor and then duck into Bannerman for 30 fucking pages. Looking at you, George R. R. Martin, again.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying there. Yeah, I see that.
Let's see. Bright Eyed Dyer says, I think that's why I prefer less info about appearance of characters. Yep.
It's not Bright-Eyed Tiger. It's Sue. Just be real here, man.
Maybe she doesn't want us to know her real name. James says a page on
it's
how
a little
muzzle
late for us
velocity.
not to know her real name.
A page on
little.
a page on how muzzle velocity and cartridge size appears in so many of those books. Really? I don't read it, so I don't know.
If you don't keep a 4 in your drawers, you ain't packing.
And Sue says, I want to discover who they are by words, actions, and how characters interact. We're in the black about weapons. Lead Farmer says gun porn is the kind of over description I can appreciate.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
There's a reason.
Let me tell you about my plasma weapon, says the mill sci-fi guy.
Yes, but it needs to be done correctly and accurately. Otherwise, someone's going to throw your book.
True. All right. James said in the black about weapons. I need to defend myself for a second here. If I don't explain how something works, readers are going to think I jumped them. Now, I may have described too much, but that's why those descriptions are there of those weapons, so we know how they function, how the humans think they're going to work, and then leave it wide open for all hell to break loose because it doesn't work the way they think they're going to. There's reasons. Matt says, do you guys prefer to describe in detail or give an impression and let the reader fill in the details for themselves?
The latter.
The latter.
Definitely the latter.
Unless there's an actual reason. Emmy's scar, for instance, in Guerra's Inferno, I describe it, but I don't keep coming back to it. I just call it the scar for the most part. But I have to describe how it covers her face. You know, how it covers one side of her face, and it really makes it kind of chewy looking. I need to describe that because it's an important thing for the character. I don't go into those kind of descriptions about the rest of the characters unless it's important.
One of the things that I heard very early on is if you're going to drop descriptive details, drop 3 and then move on.
That works.
If you're going to go ahead and describe a person, put 3 things about them right there and then move on.
Yeah,
the 3
like
most
that.
important things, maybe. But yeah, just keep it. That way you're not burying somebody in description about something, but they do get enough to deal with it, and you can move along to something else.
Let's see. Robert Jordan was the king of over-describing outfits.
This is true. Somebody was mentioning that. I forget where they were. Maybe it was on the Discord. They were talking about Robert Jordan and his descriptive of clothes.
It was in Discord. It was in Discord. You can blame Xander for this topic, by the way. Let's see. Creative Tickle says, Walter Mosley's series, E.C. Rollins is a master of description of character through dress. Give us an understanding of status, class, etc. in 1950s Los Angeles. Yes, and that's where something works. Mm-hmm. That's where the description is important because it does give you the demarcation of class. That could be the same thing in science fiction when you're talking about folks who may not be in the hottest dome, in the best places or whatever else, because it's still going to be grungy in parts and places. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of important for your world building to go with that.
Yeah, I think a lot of it depends on the genre. Because some genres, like certain aspects of fantasy, especially, are historical fiction. So trust me, if you go and read something like Bridgerton or other stuff of that era, you will get assaulted with descriptions of what people are wearing because of class and society, because it's expected in there. And I think the author's voice needs to lend itself to that as well. Not everybody can pull that off. Well, true. I guess. Anybody can pull it off. Pulling it off well, yeah.
Yeah, black and white Los Angeles. Yeah, at the time and everything else that goes on, those details are very important. Mm-hmm. Let's see. As long as you're talking about 100% V, as long as you're talking about real guns, real life guns.
Yes and no. I think it's not, well, okay, yes, if you're talking about the actual like physical piece, but I think if you're describing actions around it, like if you're describing, you know, weapons in, you know, 25th century, what have you, and you completely ignore trigger discipline, someone's going to yell at you a lot, because just there's some things that probably aren't going to go away.
Yeah.
If you're going to deal with the subject, you have to know what's important to the people that are paying attention to that subject.
And that's another reason why I kind of, Extinction is going to be a book that I think some folks, for instance, are going to come to without necessarily having read the other books. They may have just read the Black and they want to see how it all ends. And it's basically, it's much more like Outbreak. I think when it really gets roaring, it's much less, it's much less like Arrival and the Black itself. I think it's got more of an action feel to it, kind of like Oceania did, but it's still got that dread hanging over it. But there were some things I had to describe in this book, just so everybody knows what these people are packing, how it works, because some of that's important. It will be important later. Let's see, what the hell is up with these new fan XP points? Is that new? It started a couple months back, first we heard about it. We have no idea. What was the original book of The Princess Bride a whole political satire that nothing's like the Good Parts version we got on film? I'm sure the original had lots on different dress codes, etc.
Well, it was a
That's
book.
A really good point.
Wasn't it a book before it was? I'm not sure that it was.
Yes.
I'm not sure that it was like weirdly on clothing or anything like that.
No, it's a book of a book of a book, if you think about it. Because the old man telling the story, the grandfather, is making shit up as it goes along. And so basically he's skipping over probably a lot of detail that's in the book as he's going along, because he keeps changing things as it goes. So how much detail was he reading about what they were dressed as, everything else? That was when the kid was just always just wanted to know what the people were doing, what they were thinking, where they were going.
If there was fighting.
If there was fighting or magic.
And if there was
whatever.
kissing, because they had to skip over that.
Yeah, they had to skip over the kissing. Oh boy. James says, oh, and don't forget Jordan also spent 5 pages describing the horses Matt decided to buy and why, plus the breed, plus the hooves, etc. He calls it horse porn.
You know,
but that's another thing. There are enough people who understand, you know, horses and husbandry, and if you get that wrong, you will be yelled at.
Now just think about this. I want you to think about this. Robert Jordan spent 5 pages describing that. How much would Sanderson have to do? 50 pages? 500 pages?
Have you seen Robert Jordan books, sir?
I've heard that there are a lot of words in them. A lot of words.
So it's probably a 1-to-1.
I've read Mistborn. I haven't actually read any of the really expansive books that came later, so I don't really know.
Mistborn's getting a series, I think.
That's what I heard.
I don't know anything about it.
Oh, I put some cartoons there with Cats versus Cthulhu.
Yes, I saw that.
Nice.
I will look at those when I have a chance. It's telling me nice, keep giving me reactions to move up to the leaderboard. Let's see, Matt says, yeah, the old man telling the story was only telling the boy the good parts, that the original was allegedly very different. Yes, because they all die at the end. They all die at the end. It's pretty much the way it ends. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Just think, Rowdy. Rowdy says, I cannot read Jordan or Sanderson. Their books are too long. I think I looked at the most recent, one of the most recent Sanderson books, and it was like 50 hours on audio. I'm not sure how many words that is, but that's a lot of words.
600,000?
Yeah.
That's a lot of words.
Is that? Yeah, thereabouts. It is a lot of words.
Matt says they all die at the end. It's a Cooley novel. If I remember correctly, they say, yeah, spoiler alert afterwards, sorry. At the end of the book, the author who's writing the book, and then about the book that his grandfather told him, the two divergent narratives, at the very end, Wesley's wounds reopen and he starts bleeding out. The same with something else happens with the Spaniard. and I can't remember if the giant had, I can't remember what his problem was, and then basically Buttercup is kind of left alone, if I remember correctly. So they're all like dead. They're all dying.
Yeah, that's not nice. That's not fun.
No, that's why it's so funny when you look at it. You actually go read the book, and they show you just how many different levels of bullshit are going on. It's a great book.
James is having a moment. I don't believe that Inigo Montoya was the Spaniard. I think he's having an issue with that descriptive name.
I forgot his name. Yes, I know. Well, he gets called the Spaniard.
Maybe he's Portuguese. I don't know. What is he?
Did I get it wrong? Yes, I know. Okay, yes. I forgot his name for the moment. I was telling Jake about this morning because I didn't realize that Leo's government name is Leo Catstoy. Oh, boy. Anyway, I love that. That book is awesome. If you've never read it, go read it. The movie's fantastic, but the book is so funny. So funny. Because you'll be playing the movie in your head while you're reading what you're reading, and it just makes it even crazier. It's great. El Cud. Hello, Antoine. So what do we think? Do characters wear shoes?
They probably do, but unless they're different than regular shoes, they're really not that important to mention. Is it an important detail what shoes they're wearing? Only if they're fashion or something like that makes them stand apart from normal shoes, or if they're exceptionally comfortable, something that makes them different than what not mentioning them would be. They have to have some level of differentiation to be important enough to mention how they're different.
If our characters are surrounded by folks
he wore
in
shoes.
business
They were
suits,
normal shoes, just like everyone else's shoes. Yeah, that's not useful.
That's going to be the change. You can actually buy the Princess Bride, the Good Parts version, which was the one I had. I'd never read the original. Oh my God, I had no idea they did that.
That's a good one. I think that's good.
Let's see. Oh, Sue says, Tolstoy was paid for War and Peace, much like how Dickens was paid. It was a newspaper serial. Jake's response was, can you imagine if Tolkien was paid that way? Oh my God, he might as well have been. Actually, they kind of based back in the day, word count had a bit of a price tag on it.
Mm-hmm.
You were going to get more money the more it dragged out, especially when it was published as a novel. So, I don't know. It's an interesting question. He bored the shit out of me the way it is, so I can't imagine what it would be like if he had more words. Not being crass, not insulting, just saying I am not a Tolkien fan.
It's not your jam.
It's not my thing. Just not my thing. But Terry's absolutely right. If my character is walking into a conference room and everybody's wearing business suits and he's not or she's not, there's going to be a question. What the hell's going on? That would be an important detail. Is this some kind of business meeting? Is everybody wearing dress clothing, or are they wearing, are they kicking it like some techie wannabes? Polos and jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Makes a big difference.
Hi, Scott.
Hey, Scott, how you doing, Pondy? And James says, I would say if the clothes are important to the character or important to give an impression of the character without saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or to set
I went to look for the longest audiobook for Mr. Brett Sanderson. It was 62, almost 63 hours.
Yeah. Derelict Saga, I think, rings in at 54 hours total. I don't know what the Black's going to ring in at, because Extinction is so goddamn big. I don't know what it's gonna weigh in at, but it's got to be more than 60 grand. Those would be fun. Columbo is a good example. Yes, clothing is important to provide shorthand info on the character. Columbo is a great example. That's how he disarms people. He just looks like he crawled out of a trash can. Nate says, all my characters wear like Nike Decades, like the members of Heaven's Gate. Oh my God.
There's a reference that folks below a certain age will not get.
That went over a lot of people's heads.
All the
I went over
millennials
a
are
lot
like,
of people's heads.
what?
What are you talking about? Go look up Heaven's Gate and hold your nuts. I'm going to tell you right now, hold your nuts.
And find your quarters.
Let's see. Sue says I go through media so fast that I look for longer titles when picking audiobooks.
Then Brandon Sanderson may be for you.
I know, I did that too when I had credits. I want to bust out a credit on a novella, and that was all I was going to get for the month.
You should go out there and search Audible for the longest title. I have no idea what it would be, but it's probably obnoxious.
I think it's the Bible.
No.
No?
No. Proust's Remembrance of Things Past. I think that's in the 2,000 word range.
2,000 hour range, you mean?
To that, yeah, 2,000. It's somewhere in the million. It's somewhere in the million range. It's got to be million by 2 million or so.
What's it called?
Remembrance of Things Past by Proust. Proust.
The Fyodor Dostoevsky Complete Collection is 264 hours.
Yeah.
Charles Dickens is also 264 hours, his complete collection. Let's see. The Gods of Ragnarok era are 93 hours. Shakespeare is 98 hours. The Roman Catholic Bible is 98 hours. The Complete Sherlock Holmes is 62 hours. Ayn Rand, Atlas Shrugged, 62 hours.
Large books.
Mark Twain collected 175. Leo Tolstoy 186. Yeah, there's a few long books there.
Just a few.
Just a few. Columbo is awesome. Columbo is very much awesome. Have you seen the meme? Have you seen the memes where they take him and they crop him out and put him in Star Trek when they've got a dead red shirt? They just paste him.
No, I haven't seen that.
Those are awesome.
Oh my God, that's insane. Listen to the Complete Sherlock Holmes already. James says a TV series, look at Alien Earth, look at Boy Cavalier who dresses so differently to the other characters. Yeah. He dresses like a tech bro.
Yeah. Another one, a newer one, if anyone's watching Starfleet Academy, the Chancellor and how she dresses, which is wild.
There you go, Paul. There's one for you.
But like if you've not seen it, she's a Lanthanite. Is that the right? She's a Trip, played by Holly Hunter. But she will do pretty much anything to not be in uniform. And she's always in these like super, super comfy, like almost pajama-esque clothes and almost always barefoot. And she's just, it's the most chill, but not chill. But seeing her out there among all of these other folks in, full regular, uniform, you're like, oh, she's in charge and she's that's interesting.
Thanks, Terry. Now we're all going to search Columbo/Star Trek now.
See if you can find better ones. Just rock it on.
Oh my God. Here we go. Some fools typing into Chat GPT as we speak, and here come the memes.
Oh, here come the memes. Dun, dun. Here comes
it's not all right.
It's all right.
Just one more question. Yeah, there you go.
I've just got this one other question.
I just finished Welcome to Derry.
Oh.
The spin-off of It.
Mm-hmm.
Please, Jesus, God, don't sing, people.
Wait a minute. I have a lovely singing voice, especially when I go into falsetto or soprano. I've got a great voice.
Where do you keep it? Because you haven't brought it out anytime recently.
I keep it hidden. I keep it for shower time. How did I like it? I'm still processing. It had moments of brilliance, moments that were kind of scary and kind of crazy and bizarre, and then it had a lot of narrative mistakes. A lot of narrative mistakes. Yes, I'm hiding it from you specifically, James.
When you say narrative mistakes, what do you mean?
It breaks continuity in very bad ways.
Oh.
It's set in
That's
1962, and the things that happen in 1962 make it so that there's no fucking way in hell everybody has forgotten what this thing is. Everybody knows it because they've come in contact with it now and they all know what it is. So how does the town forget? It doesn't, because the forgetting thing only works if you're going outside of Derry. If you stay in Derry, you remember. So it's a huge continuity break. Because none of the children in it, for instance, their parents said a goddamn word. They all thought their kids were insane. So it's it is a problem. Mm-hmm. But there were some moments that were kind of cool. It's just they're going to have to move on from Pennywise in order to make it. I don't know what they cleared for season 2, but Pennywise needs to go away. It's been dealt with. It just has been dealt with. Be done. Move on. Let's see. Sue says, just checked. War and Peace was 60 hours. I'll have 33 left. Streisand. Current listen is called The Score by C. Tai Nguyen on the gamification of everything. That's probably an interesting book. Man, it's a story about an alien killer clown. Yeah, pretty much. Once again, I'm reminded the kids are what's important. The kids draw your attention. You care about the kids. And this one really went out of its way to do some damage early. The body count went up real fast in the first episode, and then the second episode went up again. So, I'm not going to give a spoiler alert on this one because I'll let that thought die, but I would just say that it was kind of rough to watch.
Just don't get Welcome to Derry confused with Derry Girls, because it's two totally different sets. But Derry Girls is hysterical and a fantastic study on the Derry accent.
Oh, Lord. James asks, has anyone watched Nosferatu? Nosferatu. I listened to the audiobook. I know the story.
I remember watching the first season of it. And I forget why I stopped.
It was an okay book. It wasn't terrible. Rough to watch for you. Jesus fucking Christ, that's a hard pass. Yeah. There were some parts of it that probably could have been, I was just like, whoa. Mm-hmm. Mainly because it has to do with children. Mm-hmm. If it were adults, I wouldn't plant Blanche, but it was with kids. Nasty ends. Ugh. I didn't need to see it. Although I guess that's part of the allure of the show, as it were. Mm-hmm. Dairy girls don't traumatize you about pickles, probably. Why did pickles come into this?
Not pickles, but chips. There's at least one episode where there is some serious trauma about the chip shop.
Oh, so this takes place in UK?
Yes.
Okay.
It takes place in Derry, Derry in Northern Ireland,
Derry, Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
If you already said that and I missed it because I was reading chat.
Yeah. Sorry. I actually, one of the folks I used to work with, she grew up in Derry in the 40s and 50s, and then she moved over here. So it was interesting going, oh, I know that accent. Oh, wow, now that's really thick. Oh, that's kind of cool. Huh, okay. But it's a very fun series.
Yes, James, it's with the eyes. It's with the eyes. It's in the second or third episode with the eyes. One of the patty cake girls. Oh yeah, that was fucked up. I'd forgotten about the pickles till you mentioned it. Oh, that was fucked up.
So relevant to Paul's interests, has anybody watched the episode of the new Muppet Show?
I have not.
I have not.
It is, as someone who loves the Muppets and grew up, it is, they did not change the formula. They did not change, they did not mess with the format. They picked a guest star who is campy enough to banter with the Muppets, and play around. They had all of like the classic skits. So there's a Great Gonzo skit. There is a ballroom dance skit that is updated for the present times. There are Statler and Waldorf are there in all their glory.
But no Oscar the Grouch.
No Oscar. Rizzo gets a dance number.
Oh Lord, Rizzo.
Yeah.
Oh God, what was happening to Gonzo? Or shit, I'm forgetting names here. Fozzie Bears, Fozzie's Hotel Fozzie.
Oh, Fozzie. Fozzie gets he has a bit or two in there. So Sabrina Carpenter is the guest star. And she is very Muppet adjacent. There's some people who you're like, you could put them with the Muppets and they would definitely get along. She is very Muppet adjacent.
Gotcha.
In the same way that Dolly Parton is Muppet adjacent. So if you can think of that kind of dynamic. And yeah, I could totally see Daniel Craig being there. So yes, it is on Disney Plus and Hulu. But I probably on YouTube you can catch bits and pieces. But and Seth Rogen is the executive producer for it. He has a cameo, but somebody was complaining because they're like, "Oh, this is supposed to be for kids." And we're like, "I'm sorry, the Muppet Show was never for children."
No,
go step back.
It really wasn't. That's why it was in prime time.
Yeah, they were so there is a great joke in there. It is Kermit is talking and he's apologized. Oh, we're just we're still working out a few kinks. And Sabrina Carpenter goes, "Oh, well, I love a kink." Beat. And then it goes into the dialogue. And people are like, "Oh, you can't say that on the Muppet Show." And I'm like,
hell yeah, you can.
Did you not ever see some of these other, things? But yeah, if you can catch the bits and pieces on YouTube, I strongly recommend it. It is well done.
That's good to hear. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I was kind of.
Of course, people are complaining that Kermit's voice doesn't sound the same. I'm sorry,
it can't. There's no way.
I'm sorry. Jim Henson died in 1988. I'm very sorry. I remember the day. It sucked.
Your God is dead, and everyone cares, and they miss him. Sorry,
yes.
Trent Reznor. I had to say that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was not for kids. Didn't even nod in political correctness direction. It doesn't even have a concept. Let's see. Kimmel's last trial. Only platforms that still used for streaming media are Netflix, Prime, Apple, and YouTube. Okay. Need to finish watching stuff on Apple and ditch them too. And I seriously want to cut down on the number of streaming services I am on. Just don't take away my Shudder. I gotta have my horror TV. Because I'm wrong. Sick and twisted, that is. But if you have a hell, he'll see you there. This is very true. On that note, we wasted another perfectly good hour of your day. We're sorry about that, but thank you for coming. And
we're not sorry.
Yeah,
we're not even close to
sorry.
We're not even close to sorry?
Not even.
Okay. What should we be then? Triumphant? Celebratory?
Celebratory
Ecstatic.
sounds good.
Okay. Thank you for coming to our wonderful TED Talk. No, I can't do it, man. It's just not in me. It's just not in me. None of your hours are perfect, I know. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. If you want to send us, if you have a question about this show or episode, you can send an email to show@deadrobotsociety.com, or you can go to our website, deadrobotsociety.com, punch that contact button, and we'll get it from you. Or you can go to youtube.com/DRS podcast and leave a comment on this episode, like and subscribe so you know when we're live, which is every Saturday at 3 p.m. CST, except when we're not. And if you want to support the show and get access to exclusive content, you can always become a patron or a member at patreon.com/DRS podcast and buymeacoffee.com/DRS podcast, where for as little as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive content like the stuff we're going to do in just a few minutes. Antoine's here.
Maybe I'll have a raffle. Maybe 1 in a million people could win this Houdini guy.
A raffle for the cat. I was going to call it something else, but I think we're going to step out on that. Thank you very much for joining us. And oh yeah, I forgot about this. If you subscribe at the $10 level, you get your name read. And our $10 subscribers are, oh my God, Juan Valentin, James Terrell, Xander, Antoine Batts, Lisa Slack, and Tim the Writer. Thank you to all of our patrons for making this show possible. Now, on that note, have I done everything now? I got off track. I skipped a step somewhere in it.
That's
After Dark,
awesome.
the only feed edition. Oh, that's just wrong. With that, we are out of here. We will see you next week. Give me the kitty. You can't have the kitty. And James wants to warn you, there are